my name is Megan and welcome to Pacific Yoga Fit. Today we are going to be working on a sequence to help alleviate low back pain. If you would like to have some blocks nearby, if they help support your practice, please feel free to do so. I'll have some opportunities for you to use them. We're going to start on our backs. So, a couple options on how you start. You can lay down, take your feet wide, and let your knees fall into touch, or let your legs go long. Or Supta Baddha Konasana, which is soles of the feet together, knees wide like a butterfly. Find a place for your hands that feel comfortable, and close your eyes. With any practice, always starting by finding a little bit of length to your breath. And finding a nice long deep inhale and exhale. As we focus on the low back today, just really bringing some awareness to the low back and the belly as you breathe in and out. Allowing the breath to travel to these spaces, allowing them to create a little bit of opening as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, everything shifts back to center. Go ahead and open your eyes. Bring your knees into your body slowly, just drawing your knees into your chest. Take your hands onto your kneecaps so your fingertips point towards your toes. Give yourself a little wiggle, let the shoulders settle to the mat, and then inhale, knees draw away from the body, Apanasana. Exhale, hug the knees in, maybe the tailbone lifts slightly off of the earth. Find the breath to movement, inhale, the knees fall away. Exhale, belly draws in, knees pull. Take a few more rounds of this, connecting the breath to the movement. One more. Release the grip that you have onto your knees. Take your arms out to a T shape and rotate your palms to face the floor. So the thumbs should be pointing towards the bottom of your mat. Squeeze your knees and inner thighs together. Really engage through the low belly. Hug your heels in towards your glutes. So you're going to keep your inner thighs and your knees together to touch. Make sure that they don't slip away. You're going to inhale, drop your knees to the right. Keep pulling them up towards that right tricep. When your left shoulder wants to lift away from the earth, inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale here. Breathe in. Breathe out, let the knees fall to the right. Pause. Find an inhale. Breathe out, come back to center. One more time to the right, inhale here. Exhale, move into the twist. Keep the inner thighs connected. Breathe in. Breathe out, come back to center. This time take an inhale, and then as you exhale, let the knees fall all the way over to a twist. It's okay if the knees fall away from one another, but keep the opposite shoulder grounded, so the left shoulder rooted to the earth. Your gaze can stay up towards the ceiling, or you can look down the length of the left arm if that feels comfortable. Pull your knees back to center space, pause. So same thing, we'll take 3 to the other side. Start by engaging the low belly, hug the inner thighs to connect. Pull the heels towards the glutes. Take a deep breath in here. And then exhale, the knees continue to hug up towards the tricep as you take them to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull the knees back to center. Inhale. Exhale, take the twist. Breathe in when the shoulder wants to lift away. Breathe out, come back to center. One more, breath to movement, inhale here. Deep breath out, hug the knees in. Cross your ankles, grab the shins to the tops of the feet. Take a few rock and rolls forward and backwards, massaging your spine. And then when you're ready, hands come to the top of the mat. Feet go to the back, and you're in a high plank pose, top of the push-up. Start to draw the belly in. If this is uncomfortable, you can drop to your knees, or you can also take this on your elbows with the knees elevated, whatever you prefer. Chest pulls through, belly lifts, thighs are active. Finding a little bit of abdominal work to support the low back. Breathe in, breathe out. Take another inhale. Exhale, knees drop and go wide. Child's pose, shift your hips towards your heels. Crawl your fingertips forward. Let your head rest heavy towards the mat. Begin to walk your hands to the right. Let the left hand gently rest onto the right as the left hip stays heavy towards the left heel. Finding a little bit of side stretch on that left side body. Crawl your hands back to the center and then take them all the way over to the right. So same thing, or excuse me, to the left. Walk the hands to the left, place the right hand on top of the left hand, and lengthen the right side body. Bring your hands back to center, walk them forward. Maybe you tent the fingers. Come up off of the elbows and let your forehead release to the earth. Walk your hands in, come up onto your knees, bring your knees close together. If this is uncomfortable on your knees, you can also find a Sukhasana easy seat with your legs crossed. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky, side bend to the right. Find that length through the left side body. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears. Engage through the upper arm. And then go ahead and rise up. Take a twist to the left. So the left hand's going to place back behind you. Right hand to left thigh, sit up very tall. Twist, look back. Keep drawing the shoulder blades back and in. Open up along your collarbones. And then unravel, come back to center, reach the arms tall, breathe in. Take that to the other side. So the left arm falls, we take it up and over to the left. Right side of the body lengthens. And kind of let that right hip sink towards the right heel as you create some space between the right low rib and the top of the right hip point. Rise up, tuck the right hand back behind you, take the left hand to the right knee, rotate the spine, sit up very tall, twist, look back. Always making sure that before we go into any rotation, we have a nice neutral spine. So there's no rounding or arching in the back. Just to keep the space for the discs equal, we want to make sure that we're really lifting and lengthening as we rotate. Unravel, release, come back to face forward. Walk your hands out. Find high plank pose again, top of a push-up. Take 2 rounds of breath. Last one. As you exhale, draw the belly in, shift your hips to the sky and find downward facing dog. Relax the head. Make sure that you're softening in the jaw, you're pressing your sit bones towards the sky. You're letting the belly draw back. Shift your gaze towards your hands, step, walk, float. Bring your feet to the top of your mat. Grab for opposite elbows and find a ragdoll pose for a moment. Let the upper body hang heavy. Again, letting go of any tension. Notice if you're holding on to anything in your face. Release your hands. Breathe in to find a halfway lift. Pull your heart forward. Again, this is an opportunity if you would like to take your blocks, place them underneath your palms. I really want you to think about creating a nice long spine. So as we come up, the chest pulls forward. We have the body weight into the balls of the feet. Soften in the knees. Breathe in. Breathe out, Uttanasana fold. One more time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Root to rise, come all the way up to stand. Take a nice big circle of your arms with your inhale. Hands to heart center as you exhale. Close your eyes, breathe here. Bring your hands to your hips, or your hands can stay at heart center. You're going to shift your body weight into your right foot. Slowly lift the left leg and press the left heel towards the wall behind you, finding a nice warrior three for a moment. Roll the inner thigh towards the sky, press the floor away with the right leg, and then land the left toes to the back of your mat. Slowly drop the left knee, find low lunge. So again, opportunity to take the blocks on any height, place them underneath your palms if that feels comfortable. Couple things, make sure that your shin is parallel to the front of your mat. Your heel is all the way to the floor. Pull your chest through, open up through the heart space, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, tuck the chin in and round through the upper back for a moment. Kind of think about tucking this left sit bone down towards the earth, and then finding a little bit of traction underneath the right heel, like you're trying to slide the right heel back. We're really strong in the low belly and through the hip space. Lengthen your spine, pull your chin away from your chest. You're going to walk your right foot out about one whole footprint to the right. Bring your right hand on the inside of the right leg. So your pinky and big toe or ball of your foot are connected. You're hugging your right knee into the tricep. So the knee and tricep are connected as you pull your chest forward, okay? From here, you're going to take the left foot to the right so that you're making kind of this T shape with your right heel and your left shin. Your left hand is going to come to your hip. So again, that block can place underneath the right hand. Peel the left shoulder back, and then if you'd like, the left hand can go to the sky. Another great variation is taking the left arm all the way overhead. Rotate your pinky down, thumb up like you're high-fiving a person behind you. Think about grounding into that left knee to create some space between the low rib and this top of the sit bones, or top of the hip, I mean. Keep hugging the right hip back and in. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, rise to where you're kind of in this warrior two shape. And then take your left hand all the way to the back of your mat. Turn your right toes to face the long edge. So you have this nice big sundial pose. Right arm can go to the sky. Seal the outer right foot down so you're lifting through the inner arch, and hug the low ribs in. Option one, the arm stays. Option two, again, just like you did on the other side. High five a person behind you, lengthen through the side body. Rise back up. Keep the right leg straight. Your right hand can slide down the right thigh, right calf, left hand is going to come up and over. So again, we're just continuing to find some lateral flexion, some lateral movement in the spine, lengthening the side bodies. And also, if you do this video for a second time and your knee is bothering you, please feel free to place a blanket underneath your knee, whatever you need for support. Just be mindful of that, okay? This is your practice, your body. From here, you're going to make your way back to your mat. So frame your right foot, kickstand the left toes straight back, and flex your right toes towards your face, Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Lift up on the front of the right thigh, pull your chest forward. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Last thing we're going to do before we switch sides is you're going to take your right toes and turn them out so that the blade of the foot draws down. Continue to hug the left hip in. And then notice if the right hip is kind of popped forward and out. It may be nice to take the right thumb and drop the right hip down. Again, blocks sometimes are helpful. You can take the blocks, walk them underneath your palms so that you can keep your spine lifted. Make sure that our spine is neutral as we turn out. Draw your right toes back towards the sky. Bend back into your right knee. Release the blocks if you have them. Take your hands forward. Blocks can stay here if you'd like. You can place them underneath your palms. Shift into the right leg. Lift the left leg to the sky. Now you're in a supported warrior three. And then let the left foot come down to meet the right. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise just for a moment. Come all the way up. Circle sweep your arms. Take a nice big breath in. And gather your hands to heart center. Breathe here just for a moment. Again, noticing the low back, the belly, really creating that connection of your breathing, allowing it to travel the full length of the spine and just create a little bit of movement in that space. We'll take this to the other side. So at the top of your mat, bring your hands to your hips. Shift your weight into your left leg and take the right leg up. Press it back so you're in a warrior three stance. Upper body comes down just for a moment. Roll the inner right thigh towards the sky and press the right heel into the wall behind you. The outer right hip rolls down. When you're ready, land the right foot to the back of the mat, drop the right knee, and find low lunge. So again, if you use the blocks on the other side, please do the same thing right to left. Pull your chest through, drop the hips, find that engagement. So left heel sliding back, right knee sliding forward, and then around. Looking for some sort of sensation along the front of the right hip. Pull your chest through, lengthen your spine. Take your left foot, walk it out about a footprint to the left. Bring the left hand on the inside of your left leg. Pinky, big toe, or pinky ball of the foot connect. Squeeze, again, so tendency is we let the knee kind of flare out and we let the ball of the foot lift. Opposite action, ball of the foot down, big toe roots to the earth, and we're hugging the left knee into the left arm, okay? Keep that connection. Take your right toes, kickstand them to the left. Again, the block can be placed underneath your bottom hand. Your right hand is going to come to your hip, and you're going to rotate your chest open. So rotate the right shoulder back, pull the shoulder down into the shoulder socket, and then right hand can go to the sky. Option one, option two, high five someone behind you, take the arm overhead. Lengthen, ground into the right knee, pull through that right hip space. Keep hugging the left knee into the tricep, pressing the tricep into the knee, ground into the left big toe. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. Let's come up to that warrior two variation with the back knee to the floor, and then take your right hand all the way to the back of your mat. Turn the left toes to face the long edge so that you can really lift through the inner arch of the left foot. Left arm can reach straight to the sky, palm facing away, and then or take it up and over. Find a space where you can create length all the way through this side body. Hug the low ribs in. Take any arch out of the low back. Rise up, keep the left leg straight, slide your left hand down the thigh or the calf, right hand comes up and reaches overhead. Again, root down, ground into the right knee, kind of draw your pelvis in and under. Your glutes are slightly active. So they're creating this like wrapping sensation along the hips, this nice little hug in. Breathe into the right rib cage, work into all those little intercostal finger-like muscles of the ribs. Open up through the obliques. Release to Ardha Hanumanasana. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits, come back to face forward. Toes draw towards your face. Again, always have the option to take the blocks, place it underneath your hands. We're just looking for a nice neutral back, pulling the chest through. From here, turn the toes out, left foot points towards the left. Again, do all those same things. Notice where the position of the right hip is. Hug the right hip back and in. Left hip, same thing. If you need to, free the hands, place it into the hip crease and press the joint back and down. Pull the heart forward, and we have this nice little, almost like Barbie foot. So we're flexing the toes and then almost like pushing into the ball of the foot. Spread your toes out really wide. Return your toes to the sky. Walk it back forward into your left leg. Curl the back toes under. Hands can come forward onto the blocks or onto the floor and shift into a supported warrior three. So that right leg draws up and back, toes point down, lengthen through the chest, and then feet land together. Find an inhale to halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana folds. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up. Samasthiti, exhale, hands to heart center. Again, 2 to 3 breaths here. Allowing your focus to be on the low back space, wrapping around the belly, really breathing the full length of the spine. Inhale, take the arms up. Uttanasana, exhale, fold over the legs. Breathe into halfway lift. Breathe out to fold. You can find a vinyasa or you can plant your palms, step back to plank, and push to downward facing dog. It's your choice. So if you're taking the vinyasa, it's exhaling to chaturanga, inhaling, upward facing dog or low cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg goes high. And exhale, half pigeon. Bring the right knee forward, outside of your right wrist. Sit up tall, pull your chest through. Flex the right foot. If at any point this is uncomfortable on your hips or your knees, you can flip onto your back and find a figure 4 stretch, which is right ankle on top of the left thigh like this. If you're staying with me, you're folding forward, downward facing half pigeon. Crawl your hands out in front of you. Rest your forehead onto either a block or the floor. Keeping with this focus of breathing into the space that we're trying to open, allow your inhales and exhales to travel the full length of the spine into that outer right hip. Really connect to that space. Noticing any sensations that come up and trying to breathe and let it go. slowly walk yourself up. We're going to just switch sides. So if you're on your back in a figure 4, simply cross the left ankle on top of the right. If you're staying with me, plant your palms, curl the left toes under, and take the right leg up and back. Take some big circles with your knee for a moment. And then release the right foot to meet the left. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Left leg, inhale, left leg, take it up. Exhale, sweep it forward, outside of the left wrist. So making sure that you go wide, outside of the shoulder. So we're here on the outside. Sit up nice and tall. Flex the left foot and then crawl forward. Again, you can place your head onto a block or the floor. Just make sure that you do the same thing, always right to left. Another option, like I mentioned earlier, is flip onto your back and come here. All 10 toes are drawing back towards the shin if you're in this shape, okay? Keep your breath steady and constant, focusing on any sensations, any emotions, anything that's coming up as you breathe into that outer left hip. Your hips being the biggest joint in the body, you tend to store a lot of emotions, a lot of thoughts, a lot of things that you may hold on to. So if that serves your body to bring the awareness there, or if you need a hip workout or yoga practice, please check in with the other videos. There's always options for a little bit of a hip release, which is always a great complement to your low back practice. Walk yourself out, plant your palms. Same exit, curl the right toes, take the left leg up and back, take some big circles. Take them in the other direction. And then release, feet to the mat, hips lift high, chest towards your thighs. Last downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Find your way to a seat. Take yourself down. Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees open wide. Take a hold of your feet. Couple options. You can place your hands on top, or sometimes it's nice to slide your wrists underneath your ankles. Make sure that you have a pretty wide stance, so heels slide away. Pull your chest forward and then lengthen. Again, keeping that length through the low back, keeping your chest, heart open, creating space along your collarbones. Go ahead and rise up. Take your hands to the back, outside of your thighs, and close your knees. Make sure you have some space behind you on your mat, so you may need to scoot forward. Sit up really tall, breathe in, breathe out to lower all the way down onto your back. Walk your heels in, your feet are hip distance apart. Bend your elbows so your fingertips point towards the sky. Wiggle your shoulder blades a little bit closer together, and then press into a bridge pose. Press into all 10 toe mounds, the ball of the foot, the heel. Lengthen the sit bones towards your knees. Pull your chest towards the top of your mat. Slowly unravel, one vertebrae at a time. Let your feet go wide and your knees rock to the right and the left. The next time they fall to the right side, find whatever spinal twist you love. I like to take my arms overhead, keep my right arm long, and let my left arm long, and take my right ankle on top of my left thigh. And then release. Find a little sway for a moment to the right and the left. And then opposite side, let the knees fall to the left. Your right arm can reach back. Your left ankle can anchor onto that right thigh. Or just keep the knees staggered like this with the arms overhead, whatever feels comfortable. Uncross, release everything. Bring your feet to the mat, knees to the sky for a moment. Find a little rock and a little release. And then gather your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Press the entire length of the spine into the earth. Hug your knees in nice and tight. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Make your way to your final Shavasana. Let your legs go long. Give yourself any little wiggles to find a comfortable place. Close your eyes and just breathe here. Full inhale, full exhale. When you're ready, let go of the breath and let everything just surrender to the floor. Feel free to pause the video, stay in your Shavasana as long as you prefer. Always taking your time to come out. If you're staying with me, just stay here for a few more minutes, a few more breaths. When you're ready, keep your eyes closed. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your knees into your body and turn to your right side, finding a supported fetal position. Resting your head onto your right forearm, tricep, whatever feels comfortable. Just take a moment here. Take a scan of your body. Notice your low back, your abdominals. Breathe into that space. Again, eyes will remain closed as you come up to a seated position. Any Sukhasana, any easy seat that feels comfortable. Sit up nice and tall, ground your sit bones, lift your chest. Bring your hands to heart center. And we always finish out our practice just by being grateful for the time that we're given on our mats to breathe and move. As always, I appreciate you guys being here, sharing your energy and your practice with me. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.